Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today we will be talking about Donald Trump, the current president, of course. Originally, this video was going to be about entirely something else. I mean, it was still going to be about Trump, but it was mostly going to be about a post he made a couple days ago, which I thought it was kind of a cringe post because his supporters were like, "Oh, it's so cool to have a president or an administration with a sense of humor or whatever, right? Or a cool administration." But if any other president was to post this, like Biden, if Biden posted this, they would absolutely lose their marbles. That's what I don't get about conservatives and all the insane Trump supporters. Is like Trump could do all kinds of things and they'll absolutely glaze it, but if anyone else does it, they lose their minds. But and then earlier today, Trump went on this whole tangent on his Truth Social, which it's quite wild. It's so funny. I honestly find this whole recently with Trump, it's actually kind of it's wild. I think actually the things he's been saying and just all overall it's so crazy because he's like doing all kinds of other things and avoiding talking about the list. We all know what kind of list I'm obviously talking about, but he'll do a bunch of side quests before he even acknowledges it, and we're at a point where he's just ignoring it anyway. So here is this post he made. That again, I was originally going to talk about just this. So he made this post with or maybe it was him entirely, but he said this. It says the symbol of hope, truth, justice, the American way, Superman Trump. And I'm just thinking like, that's kind of cringe because first off, there isn't a whole lot of truth with this administration whatsoever, and there also isn't a lot of hope. At least I didn't feel any hope a couple weeks ago when we were potential chance of going to war with Iran or anything. I wasn't feeling very hopeful during that time. Obviously, everything's fine now for the most part. But and then like, once again, there isn't a whole lot of truth. There's also not a whole lot of justice, as he's, you know, you could say all kinds of things, but I don't know, man. My view on him is just, ugh. I'm not like a super Trump hater. I mean, I definitely don't really like him all that much, to be honest. My feelings for him is just like, I don't know. I don't know really entirely what to say, but point being, his supporters look at this kind of stuff and go like, yeah, they eat this shit up. They eat this shit up so much and they glaze the shit out of him. He could literally pass a bill where it says no food for everyone except for rich people, and they would be jumping for joy. He could blow up a planet. Like, I have this meme on my meme page where I posted it, and it was like a clip from Star Wars where they were blowing up the Death Star, and it said Trump could do this, and MAGA supporters would still say, well, actually, it's good for the economy. And you know what? They would do that. I 100%, they would, like, if he blew up a planet, they would legit go like, yeah, this is good for the economy or something, And then anytime you criticize Trump in any way, they say, oh, you're a libtard and you hate America, or just leave the country. Like, so freedom of speech isn't a thing anymore to you people? Once again, you can say whatever you want, and they're all about freedom of speech, but the moment you criticize Trump in any way, you're like the most anti-American person of all time, and you need to leave the country. That's how some, and I'm not saying all of them do this. This is a small minority of them. But like, ugh. And then here's another thing he put, or not him, Rosie O'Donnell posted this, right? She made this post over on Instagram, and Trump responded. I'm not really sure which one came first, but then Trump posted this saying, because of the fact Rosie O'Donnell is not in the best interest of our great country, he's basically making a joke. He wants to take away her citizenship and send her back to Ireland because she's apparently a threat to humanity. And I just like, what? And he's probably trolling, but his supporters were in the comment section like, yeah, kick her out and shit, right? Like, okay, so you guys are totally cool with your president who's just gonna, and whether he's trolling or not, let's just say he's serious, right? I mean, you guys are totally cool with him revoking someone's citizenship just because you don't like them. And then, again, he might be trolling, but it doesn't really matter. It's not very American to kind of make jokes like that, or in general, in my opinion at least. He's going like, I'm really thinking about, I'm going to stop doing his voice, I'm sorry. But like, he's like, I'm really thinking about, taking away her citizenship because apparently she's a threat to the humanity. First off, huh? I don't know, man. I don't, again, he's likely trolling, but I just find it hilarious. And once again, his supporters, they eat up everything he does. He could like I don't know. You could tell them to jump off a bridge and they'd probably listen. And then, so a couple of days ago, I'm not really sure when this was, but a reporter asked Trump about the Epstein list, right? And he literally said, "Are we seriously still talking about that?" He said something like, I'm not exactly sure 100% what he said. He said either you guys are still talking about it, or like, "Are we seriously still talking about this?" He's essentially downplaying it so much after earlier on in his presidency, early on this, a couple weeks, months ago or whatever. He was all about posting the list and everything, releasing it and letting it go out to the public. Now he's essentially pretending it's not a thing. And again, we'll get into what he said today, and I just find it crazy. And once again, he could say it's not real, and his supporters would be like that scene from SpongeBob where they just go like, "All hail Plankton," and they would instantly believe Trump and go like, "Yeah, the Epstein list isn't real." That's what they're literally just kind of like. And I'm not saying all of them, okay? This is just again a minority of them. I don't know how those people like some of those people like legit like the insane Trump supporters. They like live for like angering, I guess, non-Trump supporters. They get like every time there's a comment section, they're like angry libtards coming in 3, 2, 1. So here's that post he made where he's basically saying the list isn't real, right? I should have extended. I'm sorry, but I have I have the whole thing literally coming up in a second, but like he's basically saying it's not real. And it was made by Biden and Obama and Hillary Clinton. And I'm just like, what? And then he also, later on in the post, deeper down, he mentioned the stolen election in 2020. And he mentioned how the election was almost stolen in 2024. And he says the Epstein list only exists to taint his bad name. Ugh. I don't even know what to think. Honestly, the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing is one of the biggest stories in America in a long time. Right? Here it is. Here's the whole thing. I'm not going to read it. It's a lot, but you can look at it yourself. He's very clearly it was written and made up by Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Joe Biden and shit, right? And he goes on this huge ass rant, like he's just blabbering, and blabbering. And the 2020 election was stolen. They try to do the same thing in 2024, and that's with the list. It's just like, dude, he's basically telling people to not waste their time with Jeffrey Epstein's list. And like, Trump, if you really want to, prove that you're not on a list, you would drop it by now. But I think I know exactly why. Remember when Trump and freaking Elon Musk had a breakup, right? Elon Musk literally straight up said that he's on the list. Now, we don't actually know if that's factual because they're going through a breakup, They're mad at each other. So he could have said this out of pettiness or just in general. I don't really know. But, I mean, if he's on the list, I don't know. I think the way Trump is treating this whole situation, though, he's kind of like bombing his own chances at the midterms and shit. He's kind of just hurting himself because the whole country wants this list. The whole country wants to know the truth. And Trump is just dodging. He's just like pretending it's not existing. He's just like, it's not real, folks. And once again, his supporters are like, all hail Plankton, and saying, yeah, it's not real. It's because probably a bunch of Trump's buddies are on that list. Trump himself is probably on that list. And I think if you're going to wonder, it's probably both Democrats, Republicans, everybody. All kinds of celebrities, all kinds of people are on that list. And Trump is probably just thinking about himself mostly and his other Republican buddies that happen to be on that list. And I'm just like, man, this whole situation, because once again, Trump is going like truth and justice, right? Where the fuck is this so-called truth, Donald? Where is the truth? Where is the list? And where is the justice? There isn't a whole lot of justice if you're out here making jokes about revoking people's citizenship. I mean, that's not very American. That seems very dictator-like. Again, he could be trolling about that one post about Rosie O'Donnell, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter, okay? All his supporters were like, yeah, well, he's trolling. Like, okay, what if he's not? Again, they just glaze him so much. I think Trump is like one of those presidents that just, his supporters are like wild. And like, I think people like And this is more of a recent thing, I feel like. People glaze presidents a little too much. Like, they'll glaze the one they support way too much. Like, dude, just vote for the motherfucker. And then if they win, you support them, but you don't have to glaze every little thing they do. If they lose, let it go. You don't need to be like the Trump supporters back in 2020 where they were saying, oh my God, the election was stolen and Biden's an anti-American terrorist and blah, 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 blah. Like, dude, you guys lost, okay? And then you guys did the January 6th shit, which was not good. I just, like, the whole thing, man. It's like, Trump is just making himself look worse, though, by just avoiding the list. He's basically just not acknowledging it. He's not acknowledging it. He literally said to a reporter, are we seriously still talking about this? Or something like that. Like, yeah, we are indeed still talking about it, Donald. Why wouldn't we still be talking about it? People are talking about it. People are always going to talk about it until we finally see it. But you know why? We probably won't get it. We might not. Trump is literally just avoiding it and acting like it's not a thing, acting like it's not real. But once again, he went on this whole tangent saying, like, it was made up by Hillary, it was made up by Obama. I'm sorry, I said I was going to stop talking about it, I'm just going to go back to it. It was made up by Biden, it's not real, and the election in 2020 was stolen. I mean, there's a whole lot of controversy with the 2020 election. Obviously, all COVID. You know, I remember when Trump was like complaining, telling them to stop the count in Arizona or something. It's like, dude, you're leading down to let's just say let's just say for the scenario, it was stolen. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, even myself, I don't really believe that was the case. Trump lost. All right. Whether you believe it was fair and square or not, Trump lost. His supporters had a big ass overreaction, and some of them try to downplay the event of January 6th. Now, is January 6th the worst event in American history? Absolutely not. Some people make it seem like it is. My opinion on it, yes, it's not. It was not a good event. Is it the worst thing in American history? No, but it was still really bad. And Republicans that try to downplay it, they go like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad," and blah 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 blah. Dude, yes, it was. You guys literally fucking raided the Capitol building and just acted like a bunch of idiots. You know, like, again, these people would like they glaze Trump so much. They would go to war for him. If Trump told them to go fight China, they would openly do it and die because Trump told them to. Trump could tell his supporters 2 plus 2 isn't 4, it's like 6, and they would believe it. Again, they have the all hail plankton mentality, and they're just so silly. They're very silly people. And also, I want to mention the Superman thing. They were hating on the Superman movie because, again, of the message it supposedly has. And I've heard, because it's officially out now, I've heard people saying, Lily, it's not a political movie. The Republicans are just mad. Fox News was like, it's super woke. Like, you guys pass that word around so much, and you guys think, they think they're like the pinnacle of, so they think they're so important. Because they go like, oh, go woke, go broke, right? They said that about all kinds of movies. And yeah, they said that about the Barbie movie. Well, say what you want about that movie, guess what? They said, go woke, go broke, that movie won't make any money. Guess what? It made a shitload of money. They didn't like Top Gun all that much. Guess what? That movie made a shitload of money. So they like to say this for like the movies that end up making a lot of money. Go like, oh, well, I'm not going to go see it, so it's going to bomb at the box office. Like, listen here, Frank. No one cares if you don't see the movie, okay? You not seeing the movie isn't going to cause it to flop. They act like they're some kind of warriors that stop woke things from succeeding in the box office or in general. And once again, they're all about freedom of speech, but the moment you support something they don't like, they're instantly the biggest fucking haters in the entire world. And I'm telling you, man, I just like, I can't stand Trump supporters. I can't stand them. Not all of them, of course. Not all of them are like this, okay? There are just regular ones who generally just voted for him and aren't like this. But there are people, these people, I'm talking about the guys who have the Trump flags on their trucks, who have a Trump hat 24/7, right? They're wearing that thing 24/7. And like, they probably sleep with it on too. They probably have a Trump body pillow. But back to the main topic. Where is the list? Trump has gone from the whole thing, his whole administration has gone from supporting the idea of releasing the list to the public to now pretending it's not a thing. So, once again, is Trump bipolar? Is he going like, I want to release the list, and then now he's going like, it's not real, folks. And then once again, all hail Plankton. They would generally chant all hail Trump if he asked them to, right? What I just, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's like, and there are Trump supporters who I'm glad I've seen some saying like, we want the list too. And honestly, if you were a Trump supporter, this might hurt your. If I was a Trump supporter, straight up, this would hurt how I feel about him with him avoiding the list. I'm not going to be like the ones that are because some of them are legit believing it. They're like, oh well, the list isn't real. They just wanted to use it to hurt his chances in 2020. The list wasn't much of a thing. It wasn't being talked about as much in 2020. I don't think. Unless I don't really remember being talked about all that much. But I mean, it's just such a silly thing. And why did he mention my boy Obama? What does Obama have to do? Oops. I almost dropped my phone. I'm sorry. What does Obama have to do with this, bro? Obama made the list. What? Really? I mean, I don't know, man. I think the whole thing is just absolutely. It's wild. I think he's just avoiding it. He will continue to avoid talking about the list. Hillary said, are we still talking about it? I mean, man, Trump, just do it. Just drop the goddamn list. But at this point, he's kind of just proven that he might be on it. I mean, remember, Elon Musk literally, once again, during their breakup, said that he was on the list. Now, granted, if he was supposedly on the list, first off, how did Elon Musk know this? And I feel like if he was on the list, why wouldn't the Democrats drop it? The thing is, there's a lot of Democrats on that list, too. Both parties are on that list. Celebrities on that list. Businessmen are on that list. All kinds of people are on that list 100%. And Trump supporters, or in general, will continue to pretend it's not a thing because Trump's now trying to pretend it's not a thing and tell people to not worry about it and not put their effort into it. I just find it absurd. You know, they're all about trying to tell people the truth about it, and now they're trying to pretend it's not a thing. So once again, where is the truth? Because I'm not seeing it. I think that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'll have more videos out soon. But yeah, until then, thank you for watching. Oh, wait. I want to mention the videos that are coming out. So Hot Takes Part 4 is coming out soon. I'll probably have it out. I don't think tonight. I don't feel like recording it tonight. Maybe tomorrow. And then I have another video for a wish list for the Halo Combat Evolved remake. Probably coming out Tuesday or Wednesday. Or Thursday of this week, obviously. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. And by the way, there will be a stream on Tuesday. Make sure you find the link in my Instagram, which is in my channel's link. So you can find the Twitch link in there. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video and have a great rest of your day. And Donald, drop the list. It's not real, folks. That's all he would say. I mean, I'm sorry, I was supposed to end the fucking video. Okay, have a great day, everyone, and see you guys in the next video.